Have you ever gotten a drink at the Den that was weekly special and been sad that you couldn't get it again? Well, this week we're here, and I'm here to let you in on a little secret. There's a purple binder that has all the recipes and all the weekly drinks, so that you can have them again and order them if you want to. First off, we have the Witch's Brew, which is a white mocha with green tea. It's quite sweet, but what's nice is that the tea provides this herbally quality to it, which rounds out the more pungently sweet of the white chocolate that you get from the white mocha. So it has this earthiness, but also this delicate sweetness to it, so it feels rather well-rounded rather than it being overwhelming in one area versus the other. Next we have the cinnamon macchiato. It's more espresso forward. You get the cinnamon at the end, but you don't necessarily taste it right off the bat. It's a little bit more bitter, a little bit more thin than some of the other lattes or drinks at the Den. I find it nice because I think it's more balanced and I prefer bitter flavors, and so I would have this again. Next we have the Dark Knight, which is actually part of a two-part series of drinks. There's the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises. And the Dark Knight, let's see how it tastes. Definitely the drink that LMU deserves, maybe not the one it needs right now. Very similar to a mocha. I know it's a mocha chai, but you don't really get as much of the chai notes. You definitely get more of the chocolate than the chai. I would love a little bit more cinnamon, but that's just a personal preference. It's nice, it's not too sweet, surprisingly. And I think cold is definitely the way to get this drink. Next we have the Dark Knight Rises, the exciting sequel to the Dark Knight. And this is pretty much the same drink, but they've added pumpkin to it. So that should be an interesting other layer in this drink. This one's sweeter. It almost feels like a bit more Halloween and a bit more autumnal. The pumpkin you mainly feel on the upper roof of the mouth. You don't really feel it on the front of the tongue, so it's more of a base layer than a top note. The chocolate is still what comes through the most, and so I think it's quite nice. It's quite warming, even in cold form. I'd actually want to try this hot next time I go to the Den. Here we have the French Vanilla Freeze, which is like a regular vanilla freeze, but they've added a bit of hazelnut. So we'll see how that nuttiness contributes to a deeper, more elevated flavor. It's nice because I think the traditional vanilla freeze leans sweeter, and you get a lot of the upper layers of a vanilla flavor rather than the deepness that you get. I think the hazelnut lends itself to a more base note, and so you have this base nuttiness on top of this sweet aroma, and honestly this top layer. So you have this. It's a very layered drink, which is nice because I think a lot of times with vanilla, you end up getting all sweet, and so it's nice that this one has that complexity through the hazelnut. After trying all these drinks from the secret menu, I think we can be left with one takeaway. Creativity is everywhere, and with the amount of syrups that the Den has, there's really no limit to what you can come up with in terms of drinks. So next time you're ordering, don't be limited by what you see on the menu. Make something for yourself.